Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma, or Emily, who's to say, and today I forgot. I'm gonna be doing the Tbr tag. I don't know when this originally came out. I'll link the original creators down below. I tried looking for the original video creators, but I saw it first in like the blog format, so I don't know if that's where it originated and then it moved over to BookTube, but I'm giving you the best information I can give. Let's just start. The first question is, how do you keep track of your TBR? And I have like two sort of methods, I guess. I don't have them on Goodreads just because I don't want to. It would clutter things up for me too much, I guess. But I have sort of a bookshelf system. Like, let me move my strip waffles. With each shelf, I kind of have books divided by category. So this is all classics up until like here-ish. But I start with the ones that I haven't read, and then here is the first one that I have read. And so I kind of like go to the ones that I haven't read and then continue on with the ones that I have. Yes, I know I have a lot of classics that I have not read. My second method is my bullet journal. I have like a bookshelf. Every book that I own is written in here somewhere, and then I color them in with a color that I feel fits the book, or just a color that's near me once I'm finished reading them. But this is currently what's going on. The next one is your TBR full of mostly print or ebooks. Definitely print. Whenever I get ebooks or audiobooks, it's usually because I'm planning on reading them like right then. So a lot of times they go pretty quickly. I think I do maybe have a couple audiobooks that I'm like halfway into or something. The third question is, how do you determine which book on your TBR to read next? I'm a very moody reader, and so it's kind of just whatever I feel in the mood for. I also read multiple books at a time, so I don't necessarily have to finish a book in order to start a new one. So sometimes if I want to read another book, I'll start reading that even though I'm reading like 3 other books. It's not the best system, but it works for me. The next question is, which book has been on your TBR the longest? I feel like I've answered this question in another video. I don't remember. I'll link it if I did, but I think I used Emma by Jane Austen for this example. But just in case I already did that, I bought the complete Sherlock Holmes Volume 1 at the same time. Like, I remember buying them at the same time, so they've both been on my TBR the longest. Yeah, so these 2 books. The next question is, which book have you most recently added to your TBR? Why didn't I grab these books beforehand? So the most recent book that I've added to my TBR is Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, but I also read it yesterday. So it's not on my TBR anymore, but once I finished reading it, I got the next 2 volumes and they're on the way. So most recently added to my TBR, I guess, both in physical format and physical format once they arrive. The next one is a book you purchased because of the cover. And I like to think that I don't entirely purchase books based on the cover. I mean, I have a couple times, you know, but it was like the cover intrigued me and then I read the synopsis. But I found out that there is one book, and that is Flowers of Evil by Charles Baudelaire. This is a poetry collection, and I would say this one was mostly a cover buy, even though I do like poetry. And the second half of this book is all of the poems, again in French, and I studied French for a while, and so I would love to be able to like read some of the poems, then maybe look at them in French to see, you know, what the similarities are, or like translation sort of thing. I thought the cover was really cool. Just how it's designed, I guess, because it's like really weird flowers, but it also like reminds me of sea urchins and sea anemones. Yeah, so this was mostly a cover buy, although I was intrigued by like the premise of it, I guess. The premise of the poetry. The next one is a book that you never plan on reading, and there were a lot of books, like some of these like nice classics, that I was like, I'm never gonna read those, but then I realized, what's stopping me, you know? I can always read those. It might take me longer, you know, but it's not a never thing, it's more of a like, this might take a while thing. There is one book that I doubt I will ever read, and the reason I have this on my shelves is because my grandma was visiting and she's really into plants and stuff like that, and so she bought woody plants of the Mongolian highlands, because when she was visiting she wanted to know more about the plants in this region. She told me to keep it for the next time she comes to visit. Yeah, so that's why it's on my shelves. The next one is an unpublished book on your TBR. I have only ever had one arc, and it is still currently unpublished, but I have already read it, and that is The Second Home by Christina Clancy. I already read this one, so it's not on my TBR, but it's the only unpublished book that I own. So yeah, that's my answer. The next one is a book that everyone has read but you. And for this one, I'm gonna go with Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Everyone has read this. And if you're one of the people who hasn't read it, me neither. Yeah, it's a really popular book. I really want to read it and I want to get to it soon, but still haven't read it, and I feel like everyone has read it, and I just want to get there. Yeah. The next one is a book that everyone recommends to you. I personally don't get a lot of book recommendations. A lot of them are just from YouTube, where I see it recommended, like, if you like this book, you'll like this, or just a synopsis, and then it's sort of recommended, you know, or other booktubers who I know have like a similar taste to mine. That's sort of how I get recommendations. I don't really get personally recommended things a lot, although if you have any recommendations, I'd be happy to take them. The same grandma who visited me, and the book about woody plants, she also left this book with me as a gift. She thought I would really like it, and so I guess it's a recommendation, you know? I don't really know anything about it. I think it's a mystery. The focus of the investigation turns... Okay, so there's an investigation, something like that, but A Great Reckoning by Louise Penny. So I guess this is the one that, not necessarily that I've been the most recommended, but I don't really have another book for this one. The next one is a book that you are dying to read, and Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. I recently read Clockwork Angel and I freaking loved it, and this finally came in the mail yesterday. And so I'm really happy about it, and I want to read it really bad, but I have other things that I also want to read, and there's so much. Okay, the last question is, how many books do you have on your TBR? For this one, I'm not going to count some of my comic books, because they're not like graphic novel volumes. They're like 8-page, 10-page comic books. Mostly because I don't know which ones I have read, because I've read a lot of the like Kate Bishop Hawkeye ones, but like I read 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 and 6. Definitely haven't read 7, but I don't know. I'm just not going to count those because that makes it very difficult. Okay, so I've gone around and I've counted them all, and also not counting all of the Harry Potter books in French, because I have read the story before, I just haven't read those editions, and I don't want to count them. My current number is 69. I have 69 unread books. So that's fun. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please give it a like and leave a comment if there are any books here that you have read and think I should get to really soon. I will try to like listen to you as much as I can, but it's rough. I hope you guys have a good day, stay safe, do fun things as much as you can, and yeah, I'll see you later. Bye. What?